How's it going, internets? I hope you're having a lovely day. It's that time again. It's time to get into some animation, time to get that imagination all revved up, get into some creativity, and it's time to get inspired. And today's inspiration comes from Alfredo Alcala. And if you're not familiar with his work, check right over here. He is a wonderful comic book artist and illustrator. He's worked on a ton of different projects. Most notably, for me at least in particular, is his work on the Conan series. And he's just beautiful. He's got the sensibilities of like a Frazetta, really strong anatomy and great layout and great posing, as you can see in this particular image as well. But the thing that I really love about his stuff is just how prolific he is able to be. He could do just, I want to say it was like 40 pages he could turn around in the time that most people could do, 10 or 15. He's just able to really push out stuff and also keep a high level of quality while having such a consistent and incredible work ethic and production values and everything too. But like I said, just check out the overall, the composition here is just really pretty. I like the flow throughout it. It's got some great posing, and let's check out a couple more here from him as well. This one I thought was really fun, just a really interesting character. This one, another, really like that nice lighting that's going through there. This one is just so much detail and so much in there. The thing that really stood out to me in particular with this one is just the this cool rotting tree. Almost makes it feel like the tree itself has a personality, and then the weight here of this character, you can feel there's a lot of drag there, and you can also feel that there's some tension building up through there as well as great expressions on these guys' faces. Another cool one here. This is a great little dragon, and again, I really like looking at any sort of like mythological creatures with tails. I really like following the creator's line of, or sense of movement throughout the character, where you start at the tip of the tail, go all the way through, it wraps around, it goes back up, and then swivel there, and then up to the top, and it's just a really nice flow throughout there. So definitely check out more of his stuff. I will throw a link in the description below if you guys want to check out more stuff from him, but I do want to share a quick little snippet from him, and this was a little tidbit from a interview that he did when he was talking about working with other illustrators and comic book artists. And he said that they were talking about how, like, on Friday afternoons they'd all just like go out for drinks or hang out and everything, and then his kind of comment back to them was, do you stop being an artist on weekends? And I think it just kind of really is a powerful question, like, how much is your commitment level? Is this something that you do for like a day job where you just go 9 to 5, and once that hits, then you're off and you go have your fun and you do your other things in life? Or is this something that you're passionate about, and it's the thing that you want to do, whether you're getting paid for it or whether you're not, whether you're getting paid a lot of money or you're getting paid a little bit of money, whether someone's looking at it, whether no one's looking at it? It's the kind of philosophical concept of like the person, your real personality is who you are when no one's around, that kind of a mentality. And I think it brings back to just that creative side is, when you get free time, are you doing something creative with it? Are you expanding your mind? Are you pushing yourself? Are you trying to learn more? Are you trying to grow in the skills you already have? And I think it's a really, it's simplistic, but there's a lot of depth to it. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into some animation. This is the Mech version 4 rig. It's a free rig you can grab over at 3D Figgins. I will throw a link in the description below if you guys want to play around with this one as well. And if you're not familiar with what we'll be doing for the rest of the videos, we give ourselves 48 frames, give or take a few. I go off and I find a rig that I've never used before. It's a free resource for you guys to play around with as well. And we kind of go from there. A little bit of over the shoulder, just hang out with me while I animate, a little bit of talking through the process. But most of all, the main goal of doing these videos each and every day is to hopefully encourage you guys and inspire you to go off and create your own unique and imaginative and creative content in whatever medium it is that you're passionate about, and that you hopefully are taking another step in your journey towards mastering that medium as well. So that being said, let's go ahead and play around here. So I was thinking we'd do a walk cycle, but we do try and do something that's a little bit slower and heavier. So I think that would lead us to something like 14s. But let's get started with a more interesting pose here. So let's bring that foot back. Move this foot a little bit further forward. And I'll leave that as it was here. We'll add some swing and sway into there. We'll just start off with something like that. And then having used some of the 3D Figgins rigs before, I'm just going to grab most of the manipulators here and key those rather than selecting everything, because sometimes you get some geometry that gets keyed there. So we'll just grab those and we'll hit S on our keyboard and make sure that we're only using our NURB curves, NURB surfaces, and polygons. And then I do want to mention as well that we are using Maya 2014 for today's video. For more information on that and all the things that we've talked about so far, check out the links in the description below. And let's start building this guy here. So we're just going to build in the steps right now. Like I said, we wanted to do something a little bit slower. So I'll kind of vary here. And was I off on my timing? I think I was. I think I did an extra 7 frames in there. So let's just stick with 56. And maybe we'll switch it to doing stuff on 8s. Let's see how this looks right now at 7s. And if we need to extend it, we will. And we'll grab the other side here. And we'll go back here. Try to make sure our spacing's fairly even there. And middle mouse button over to 14. Bring that there. And then vary between those 2 steps for right now. And let's just see how the timing feels here. Yeah, let's switch it back to 8s. I want to work a little bit slower today. We can see if we can add some weight in here. So window, animation editors, graph editor, we'll grab both of those guys, and then we'll just push everything back a frame, or a couple of frames here. So that'll be on 16, and then we'll be on 32. And then 48. And we have 56, and that would be 64. Okay, so push that last one over there. Slow that down a little bit more. Okay, so let's see how that feels. Yeah. So we locked in a good amount of our timing here, and now let's see about doing these foot raises here. And I'll drop it back down, and let's make sure that we key in, just hit S on the keyboard and go back and do all of these main keys again one more time here. Let's see. And we'll go ahead and just make sure that we lock in all of our attributes here. And let's get those passing positions built in here. So we'll lift this one up. And here as well. So let's see how that feels. And then I don't think we did one here for some reason. Thought we did that before, but I guess not. So let's see. Yeah, let's look at our translate Z's. Yeah, we'll push that back 2 frames. And forward 2 frames. Back here. Oh, I should go 2 frames later here. Come 2 frames sooner here. And this should come back to here. Maybe we should push them up a little bit more. So let's see. Maybe we'll go 3 frames. So delay that. We'll go 1 frame sooner here, just so we keep these feet planted on the ground a little bit longer. And look at our translate Y's here. Try and add a bit more weight there. And maybe a little less up and down. So we have a little more weight in this foot right now, and we're still gonna have to do some stuff to adjust it here. And look at our translate Z's, and we'll put those 3 frames back here. And keep that. Put that there. So let's see. Is that right? No. We can do that. Let's start with the Y's at least, because that's pretty easy. We'll just keep it planted on the ground for 3 more frames here. And 3 frames earlier there. 3 frames here. And 3 frames there. This should be 3 frames later, so we're still moving. And that should be 3 frames earlier. So let's see how that feels. Okay, we just have to figure out the ending here. That should be a little bit further back, right? Mimic that back to the beginning. Yeah, that way we keep it planted on the ground for a while. Okay, still have some cleanup and stuff to do there, but I think the idea is starting to come together a little bit. And let's compare the translate Y's here. should flat off the everything. Try that instead. So I'll grab this one. And we'll start off with, we kept them so they weren't sliding. I don't think that's the way I want to do it, right? I want to really like kill the movement. So I'll set that and move that there. So we have flat. Then we hit here. Let's see. Let's leave it for now. We'll see if we can just do. Oh, we're gonna work on the top here. Mix it up while I think about how I want to approach that. So let's go at 4. We'll go down. And 12 will go up. 12 will go down. And up. And down. Up. Down, up, and then back again here. So let's see. Let's make sure we cycle back into the right spot here. And we'll do a little bit over and a little bit under. Balance it out. Let's see how that works. Let's get the translate Z. I think I want the translate Z's to lock off here. So we take that, hold that, so we get these flats here. Kind of stutter our steps a little bit more. Let's look at it now. I think I want to take the translate C's here and push them a little bit further back. No, this is where I want the extreme here. And this should be a little bit further back. I'll hold this there. So maybe I'm actually holding it for flattening it all the way off so that way it doesn't have a backward scoop. Is that what I want? Let's see. No. Alright, let's see now. those holds in there. Maybe not as long. Alright, now let's look here. I'm trying to balance these out a little better. I think I neutered some stuff here, or I didn't need to. Oh, come on. Go. So that way we do get these jolts and these flats. Yeah, this one. Back here. And let's make sure that we're kind of hitting about the same there. These could probably go a little bit further forward here, just a little bit. Make sure that the spacing between the steps is about right. It's about right. And then I want to cut a frame out of, and this could start earlier than the other foot starts, so cut a frame out of those in the beginning. And translate Y's as well. Okay, let's see. And we'll go here. One frame sooner. Give us just one more frame in between there. Let's see how it feels now. Okay, and let's look at the translate Y's, make sure those feel balanced out again. Yeah, those are fine. Translate Z's, pretty close there. Let's see. Alright, now we got that pause in it that we wanted. So let's start mixing up these steps a little bit more. So how many frames do we truly have here? It's floored there, so we've got 3 to 13. So we still have quite a few, 10 frames in there. So we'll go 4 frames in. We'll drag it down here. And 2 frames from front, and we'll drop it. So that was 4 and 3, right? So 38 to go down. I think I did 2 frames, right? 2 frames here. Lift up and drop down. So let's see. Alright. And let's balance that out between both sides here. Let's see how it feels. Okay, and let's look at this one. And we want to go 4 frames from here. Rotate it back. 2 frames from contact. We'll go up. 4 frames in, drag it back. 2 frames from contact, lift it up, and zip it out. Alright, now let's look at that now. Okay. Still feels not heavy enough, so let's see what we can do to add a little more heaviness to it, which I think we'll do with some translation here. 6. Keep it higher there. Maybe not as high, but higher, so it gets more weight. Might not be enough. We might have to go 2 frames instead of 3. I don't want it to feel too jerky though. So let's switch that to 2 frames from. Let's see if that adds some more weight here. Let's look at this one, and 2 frames from the contact. Do a little more translate Y. Key that here. Here. I'll bring those up. So let's see how it feels. And then I think we have some stuff with this claw, so let's see if we can do some of that here. Now I want to clean up these a little bit better. I think didn't do such a great job with the cleanup here. There's extraneous frames that I don't really need keyed right now. Just do some timing hygiene really. That's fine. Anything that I don't really need, I just want to delete so I'm not having chaos in here. Okay, there we go, it's a little better. These guys over a frame so they start going lower. Yeah, maybe there's something gritty or dirty in there. Starting at the right frame. Now let's compare the rotates, make sure those feel about right. Look about right, okay. And now let's look at those claws here. Oh cool, we can drop it down, so let's do that. And then, so that'll just be 1 frame. Add some good sense of weight there. And then 1 frame later, it flattens out. Keep it at 0 here. Let's look at that. And let's keep it at 0 here. And at 0 here. Okay, and let's look at this guy. Again, we're just trying to add some weight to these steps here. So this is the contact, so I'll leave that up, and then 1 frame later we'll flatten it out. And then we'll keep it at 0 here. This is the point of contact, so we'll lift that one up and zoom it out. stream, but I think that idea's kind of working there. So let's see. Maybe 1 frame later. Loop it though. So 16. Well, I would just go there then, I guess, instead. See, that's 3 frames. So that should be there, right? 13, 28, 44, 60. No, that should be 12, right? So maybe this one's off a frame. 15, 31, yeah. Okay, so that one's off a frame. Let's watch it again. So I want that every 16 frames, right? Which would be 0 to 15 to 31 to 46. 16 frames, 47, 64. Yeah, I guess that would be right. Seems like 17 frames in the end though. So 16. So this should be 1 second. Okay, sorry about the cut there. Real life stuff, but back to where we were. Let's see if we can try and pick up and maybe we can seam these together. See what we were looking at before. Alright, the legs feel okay. Let's try and mix up some stuff with the body now. So let's go ahead and save our file. Remember, it's always good to save multiple versions and to save often, just in case something comes up in life. It's always good to have sort of a backup if you can. So I'm thinking with this is we should drag with a little bit of rotate down there. Let's see. And maybe here we'll go up a little bit. So that'd be 8 and 13. So I know we're going to want to do this one again there, this one again there. Where are we going to want to punch these guys in? Go 4 frames before the contact here. It's going to be drag. Just have some frame of reference because the loop is kind of throwing me off a little bit in this one. Is that right? Feels like there's probably off, but let's see. This might be okay, actually. Try to find something like this. See if that'll loosen up the top portion of the mech a little bit more. This, I'm going to scale back a little bit more, maybe do a little more drag. So let's see how it feels. Maybe just a little less overall. Maybe we'll delay the one frame there too. Timing seems a little. Push those over here. No. Let's see. I think we want them to be at 6 here. A little bit higher, so it'll go up. Maybe that's better. Let's see. Maybe we'll take the translate Y's and make them a little less abrupt. I'll give us maybe one more frame this way, just have another frame to hit in there. Yeah, it feels a little softer, not so harsh. Let's tone it down a little bit more. And let's rotate, we'll scale it back. Just feels like it's too much overall. Okay, and let's go here. Where do we have our top? We're at 8, so let's do a little bit of rotate Z here. So top one here is at 24. So I'll do a little bit of rotate here. And we'll go 8 to 24, the 16, so that should put us at 32, 42. Timing must be is off by like 1 frame here. What's going on here? Oh well. Just keep working with that. I know there's 1 frame with my timing that's off. Just can't seem to find it. It's throwing me here. And this one. Alright, now let's minimize those a little bit more and let's see how we're doing. Okay, well, let's balance that out a little more. I think we're favoring the right side over the left, or maybe it's vice versa. 2.5, just give us a frame of reference of where we're going here. Go there, bring it back up. Now let's see how this is. Okay, and we'll do a little bit of twist here with rotate Y to favor leaning into that front planted foot there. We'll go there. I'll go 32, 48 here, and back again. Alright, let's balance that here. little more. Let's see how it feels. And let's grab this thing. Let's see if we can do a little bit of delay or something with that part here. Right? Is there anything else we maybe want to play with? Cage on the bottom. We can do a little bit of swing there, so we can set that. There we go. 8 down. 16 up. 24 down. 32 up. Down here. Up there. Just to add a little bit of looseness here. Let's see how that feels. Okay, let's balance it out a little bit better. Figure out a good place for it, but I think that'll work. Maybe we'll delay it a couple frames here. Let's see. We want more drag back, actually, than swing for. Now let's not go so far forward. Let's bring it back here. So let's see. Let's yeah, delay this, what, 2 frames? Now maybe we need to punch in another key here, I believe. If we want to have it loop in better fashion. So we're still going every 8. Let's see. It feels like it pulls back too far now. So let's bring that a little more forward. There. A little more back overall. Feels better. And then let's add a little bit of tilt here as well. There. There. 24, 32, 40. There. There. And back again. It's alright. Keep tweaking it a little more. Let's see. Maybe a little more forward. Let's do a little bit of twist here. Just really loosen it up even more. And then back again. Less of that. Only a little hint of twist I think is needed. It's already a little over exaggerated right now. So let's see. Yeah, let's look at this thing here. Try to see if we can do anything with the rope portion. probably still do some back and forth at least with this. Swing it forward here. Actually, let's hit the insert key here. And we're just gonna middle mouse that up to the top portion there. Okay. So that way we can swing from there. Actually, I want to go here, so it would go back on 4. Just add a little bit of swing there. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, and then loop back in. So let's see. Alright, and let's look at that. So it'll have to be too balanced, but a little more. And we'll add a little bit of side to side here as well. Back that way. This way. Do that in the right timing. Seems about right. Alright, so let's see. And then do a little twist there too. Back again. Less rotate. Don't really need much of that at all. We'll do more swing side to side here. Or rotate Z here. Crank that up. Double what we have already. Let's see. It seems too late for it to hit over there. So it should hit maybe at like 6. So let's go 2 frames sooner with that. Still feels too late. So let's go on and keep it on 4s, I guess. Start at 4. And less to begin with. Then we need another key that I'm guessing here. No, we just have longer there. Maybe we could do a little bit up and down as well. I want to disconnect it from that though. Ever hate it when you get a weird ear itch while you're using your headphones? Awesome, it's fun. Okay, I'll bring that back. That and back again. Let's see if that worked or not. Just try and get a little more looseness out of it if we can. little more rotate X. Try to loosen that up a lot more if I can. Let's see about the top of that. Is that going to do anything? No, cranks the whole thing. See if there's any other fun things we can play with. I guess we could go lower there, bring it down afterwards. So bring it up the highest at 12, and then back to what we had again at maybe like 32. To go back there, and then this would be 12 frames from there, so that'd be 44, and 4 frames from that, and back again. Yeah, adds a little looseness to that shoulder than there. We'll do the same thing here. A little bit lower there. So the contact was on. Let's just match it up here, just so the timing is similar between the two. We just have to switch it around a little bit. Okay. contact is at 14, and this hits at 16, so 2 frames after. Okay. So 32 should be the lowest, right? And this is the highest here at 12, which is 4 frames before that. Okay, so 4 frames before that is the highest point should be at. This needs to be at 2, not 4. That must be the problem here. So they're both working on the same system. One second. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see where we're at. A lot of distractions today. Is there anything else that we really want to loosen up? I could do a little bit with the top roll cage, yes. Just a teeny bit. There's already so much going on, but so we did the bottom, we may as well do the top a little bit. Just go a little bit there. A little bit here. Here, here, and back again. Like I said, just a teeny bit, just so we kind of offset some of the stuff we did at the bottom. Let's see. Just loosen it up a little bit. Do a little bit of bounce there. Okay. Yeah, let's clean that up. But I think that a lot of stuff today. So I think we'll try and wrap it up here. I still gotta try and see if the rest of that file worked. See if we can get this uploaded. And like I said, I try to keep these videos as honest as I can with real life, and do something each and every day to hopefully encourage you guys and inspire you guys to keep going no matter what, no matter whatever comes in your day, that you try and set aside some time to work on whatever medium you guys are passionate about. So let's take a look back at where we started. We're looking at the beautiful work of Alfredo Alcala, and he said, do you stop being an artist on weekends? Don't let anything stand in your way. If it's something you're really passionate about, don't just be somebody who's well, I don't know. I guess it depends on what you want out of something. If all you want to do is just have a hobby and play around and just tinker around, then that's fun too. There's lots of things that in life that I enjoy in that way too. But I think if it's something you're really passionate about, that you're really driven to do and to master a craft, then you can't. There's no one of the person that I worked for a while back always said there's no points for second place, and I think that's a important thing if you want to be really a master of your craft. And like we talked about yesterday about learn your craft. There's no weekends. It's just each and every day, as much time as you can put in there towards getting better and getting better and getting better. So thanks for hanging out with me. It's a little bit of a different format today, or mix up, just because just real life. So hopefully the see me together will work. And thanks for all the likes and subscribes. I love you guys lots. You guys are amazing. I hope you're taking another step on your journey, and I hope you feel encouraged and motivated and inspired that not let anything stand in your way of your dreams. And I think we'll wrap it up for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love you guys lots, and we will see you for some more animation tomorrow.